Hello, Pam Burrows People Booster with Breakfast Booster number 27. You find me inside today and Rogerless, so I won't be getting bitten, but I hope you don't miss him too much today. I'm sure I will involve him in tomorrow's video. But today I wanted to concentrate on some stuff which I have done a little bit of a few videos ago, but I wanted to do again. And that is about how we release tension from the body, especially if you're heavily concentrating on screens for a lot of the day, or and kind of focused on one thing, or sitting down a lot more, those kinds of things. And they're basically warm-up exercises from my favourite Kundalini teacher. So Kundalini is a form of yoga which is about stamina and about training the mind to realise how strong you are. And that starts really with releasing anything that you've been carrying. So one of the things I talk about in my workshops is things that are OPN, other people's nonsense, that is NMS, not your stuff, or not your whatever you like beginning with S. Because sometimes we get mixed up with it. We kind of go, oh, I need to do something about this, and actually it's not yours to deal with. It might be somebody else's distress, drama, confusion, anger, whatever, and we need to not take those things on. So how do we release that when we have taken it on? Well, first thing we do is we roll the shoulders. Let's roll the shoulders back a few times. Take some breaths. The breath is the fastest way to change the way you feel, because it lets the survival brain that's on high alert and getting a little bit stressed, it lets it know that all is well. And the out breath being longer than usual is the most important. It's the out breath that we do when we relax. And then we're going to do some little twists. So you put your hands on your shoulders, fingers at the front, thumbs at the back. And if you close your eyes while you do this and send yourself inside where the peacefulness can be, it makes a huge difference. And all we're going to do is breathe in as you go left, breathe out as you go right. And it goes like this. Go on, have a go. You can do it slower if that's better for you, because it can make you a little bit dizzy if you're not used to doing it. And then we're going to roll the shoulders a few more times. And then we're going to do something which is called camel ride. Now, there's different ways of flexing the spine. We need to do a lot of it. You can do it on all fours, doing cat-cow, where you bend the spine one way and bend it the other way. And we can do it sitting, or being perched on your knees, or cross-legged, or just sitting where you are, as I am. And all you need to do is bend your spine this way and then curve your spine that way. And again, close your eyes and breathe. Go steady with it. I hope you're joining in. Go at the speed that's right for you. Be careful with the head. In fact, if you want to, you can do it just with the spine without moving the head at all. Let's do that for a few more breaths. One more. And then just sit for a moment, eyes closed if you're comfortable that way. And just notice how you feel. Even if it's only changed a little bit, just those movements start to ease things out. You can ease out the head. And there's a physio trick that has a name. I think it's MET or something like that. But be careful when you do this, because I'm not trained in this and I'm not insured. But I do find it useful, so be gentle with yourself. And all you do is you find out where is the tension for you. Is it here? Is it here? Is it there? Or is it? And kind of bend your head so as to really feel where the tightness is. So for me right now, it's just there. So I'm going to get that feeling, and then I'm going to hold my head, and I'm pulling my head with my hand, but I'm pushing my head towards my hand. So it doesn't actually move. If I just pulled, it would go that way, and if I just pushed, it would go that way, but we're doing both at the same time. Pulling with my hand, pushing with my head, and breathe. One more breath. And then when you let go, there's this kind of magical softening of that muscle. And you can do it both sides, do it wherever you need to, do it every now and again through the day, and ease up that tension. It's really important. I think I mentioned this yesterday, or it might have been the stick yoga video, that it's really important to notice where you're holding the tension in the body and release it, because that affects us mentally and emotionally as well. When we release the tension in the body, we release the emotions, and we can just feel a bit more freed up. So if you feel like you're carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders, that's probably what you're doing. Give it a go. One of the things I like to think as well, kind of matching up the thoughts and the breath and the body movement, that's the most powerful way to shift the way that you feel, is to think about things or people or issues that have been bothering you. And when you roll your shoulders back, imagine you're shrugging it off. Shrug off. You could actually think about the things that have been bothering you and physically shrug them off. Or you could just imagine you're just shrugging off. You don't even need to think about what it is specifically. You're just shrugging it off. So I hope that's been helpful today. I thought we'd do something a bit more practical. Feel free to watch the video again and join in. Or find Yoga Nova, Emily Haslam-Jones, who teaches me this stuff. She's doing a Monday night yoga session, which is something like £4.60 for a good hour and a quarter, hour and a half yoga session, doing these kinds of things that releases the tension from the body. So have a look for Yoga Nova, and just find ways of releasing the tension you might be holding right now, because it's not good for you. So I hope that's been useful, and I'm just trying to think if there was something else I was going to say. Oh yes, what I was going to say is have a look around my YouTube, Pam Burrows People Booster, because there are other techniques. So you'll see a whole load, 26 videos of breakfast boosters, but underneath all of that is my other technique videos that you can use to release tension, build confidence, release stress. And you can also see some videos of me on stage doing my thing that I do when I'm going into organisations to help them to reduce stress. Have a great day. Look after your very precious self, and I'll see you tomorrow for a little more Roger.